Have you ever opened your refrigerator, taken out something that seemed completely safe, only to find out it has been silently putting your health, and the health of your loved ones, at risk? Every year in the United States, millions of people end up in the hospital due to food poisoning. And more than 3,000 of them never make it back home. Most of these victims are elderly individuals who are more fragile and vulnerable. It is terrifying to realize that the culprit is not some suspicious restaurant or unfamiliar food truck out there. It is actually coming from your very own kitchen. From the refrigerator you trust every single day. You think you are keeping your food healthy and fresh. But the truth is, some of your everyday habits may be turning your fridge into a breeding ground for illness. It slowly weakens the immune system and puts lives at risk, especially the lives of older adults. And the worst part? Most of us have absolutely no idea we are even doing it. Not until it is too late. Not until a seemingly healthy meal sends someone to the emergency room. In the next few minutes, you will find out about a familiar food that almost everyone stores in the refrigerator. Something that seems harmless but is actually more dangerous than you think. This information could be the shield that protects the health and lives of your family. Do not skip this, because one small mistake could cost a life. Before we dive into the details, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you never miss out on any tips that can help protect you and the people you love. And if you truly want to prevent these tragedies that never should have happened in the first place, drop the number 2 in the comments. Onions, your everyday kitchen companion, could be a hidden danger. Onions might sound simple, but for many families, especially those with elderly members, they are the soul of a meal. Just a bit of fragrant, golden fried onion can bring you right back to the memory of warm, home-cooked dinners shared with loved ones. But did you know that storing onions the wrong way in the refrigerator can quietly ruin not only the flavor of your dishes, but also your health? Onions are naturally designed to thrive in a dry, well-ventilated space where moisture cannot sneak in. However, once placed inside the refrigerator, a cold, humid environment, their layers begin to soften, grow damp, and become prone to mold and rot. For older adults with weakened immune systems and sensitive digestive tracts, even a single bite of moldy or bacteria-contaminated onion can trigger digestive issues or even food poisoning, something an aging body may struggle to fight off. But that is not all. Onions are also a rich source of quercetin, a golden compound known to reduce joint inflammation and support heart health. Unfortunately, in the refrigerator, the cellular structure of the onion breaks down more quickly, causing these valuable nutrients to evaporate or degrade. The sad reality is that the food you believe is nourishing your body may lose much of its healing power before it ever reaches your plate. And then, there is the invisible wound. When the familiar taste of onion changes, your favorite dish no longer tastes the same. Worse, it might leave behind a sour or moldy smell inside the fridge. That sense of trust and peace in your kitchen, the place that once felt like a comforting refuge, starts to fade away. The good news? This problem is incredibly easy to fix. Just store whole onions in a dry, breathable basket away from direct sunlight. That is all it takes to preserve both their flavor and their powerful health benefits, especially for the heart and joints that need extra care. But even onions are not the most dangerous culprit in your refrigerator. There is one fruit that nearly everyone keeps in the fridge, thinking it is a good idea. In reality, it loses nutrients and spoils so fast. It might surprise you. There is a good chance you ate one today. Are you sure you stored it the right way? Keep watching to uncover the truth about bananas, the second food on this list. Less than break time equals 2s. Bananas, the old friend that might betray you in the refrigerator. There is something gentle and familiar about a banana. It is soft, naturally sweet, easy to eat, and easy to digest. For many older adults, bananas feel like a lifelong companion. They're from childhood all the way to old age. A simple snack, yes, but one that delivers energy, potassium, and a sense of daily comfort. But sadly, with one seemingly harmless action, putting bananas in the refrigerator, you might be stripping away all the precious benefits this fruit offers your aging body. At first glance, you might think it is just the peel turning black, but that is actually a cry for help from this tropical fruit. Bananas are native to warm climates. They were never meant to handle the cold. When exposed to low temperatures, their natural ripening process is interrupted, and the starch inside does not fully convert into natural sugars. The result? You bite into a banana that looks perfectly yellow, but it tastes bland, and the texture is stiff or chalky, as if it never truly ripened. The bigger issue is that its nutritional value gets frozen and gradually lost. Bananas are rich in dopamine and powerful antioxidants, compounds that stabilize mood, reduce inflammation, and protect memory and brain function. Cold temperatures quietly destroy these vital nutrients, leaving the banana far less protective than your aging body needs. And the risk does not stop there. When bananas are left in the fridge for too long, moisture can sneak under the peel, creating the perfect environment for mold to grow near the stem, often invisible to the naked eye. For someone with a weakened immune system, even a tiny bit of mold can lead to stomach pain, bacterial infections, or more serious health issues. It is heartbreaking to think that a fruit once trusted to bring energy and comfort could now disappoint, or even harm, simply because of a storage mistake. But the solution is incredibly simple: keep bananas at room temperature. Hang them up or place them in a well-ventilated bowl so they ripen naturally. If you are worried they will ripen too quickly, just peel and freeze them to make smoothies or baked goods. That way, you preserve their nutrients while keeping your health safe. Do not let a small mistake take away the joy and healing power that this old friend has to offer. Less than break time equals twos. Peanut butter, a comfort food that could quietly harm you. For many older adults, peanut butter is not just a food, it is a childhood memory. A simple yet comforting breakfast, and a source of protein and healthy fats that helps maintain energy. But if you are storing your jar of peanut butter in the refrigerator, you might be unknowingly stripping away the value of this familiar favorite. The first thing that happens when peanut butter is chilled is that the oils inside start to solidify. The texture becomes thick, stiff, and difficult to spread. That might sound like a small inconvenience, but for seniors dealing with arthritis, weak grip, or hand pain, something as simple as making a sandwich can become a frustrating, and sometimes painful, struggle. A tiny daily habit that once brought joy now turns into a source of discomfort. But that is just the surface. Constantly moving peanut butter in and out of a cold environment can break down the heart-healthy fats it contains, especially the monounsaturated fats that help balance cholesterol and protect blood vessels. When those fats oxidize, the food you believed was good for your heart could quietly begin causing inflammation and harm instead. And it does not stop there. Storing peanut butter in the fridge for too long can also lead to the loss of key nutrients, especially vitamin E, an essential antioxidant that supports brain health and memory. For those entering their later years, this kind of nutritional loss is no small matter. It is a quiet erosion of something that was supposed to nourish and support you. The frightening part is that you cannot taste this change. You cannot see it, but your body is paying the price. Day by day, what used to be your go-to food for strength might now be slowly weakening your aging body. And then there is the emotional toll that often goes unnoticed. For older adults, food is not just fuel. It is joy, independence, routine, and memory. When a jar of peanut butter becomes hard, bitter, and unpleasant to eat, it takes away a small but meaningful comfort, making daily life feel just a little less enjoyable. The solution, however, is surprisingly simple. Keep your peanut butter in a dry cabinet, in a cool and well-ventilated place, away from direct sunlight. That way, you preserve its smooth, spreadable texture and retain all the nutritional benefits your body needs. Trust me, your hands and your heart will thank you for it. But if you thought peanut butter was the biggest concern, just wait until you hear about the second food. It is something extremely common, yet when stored in the refrigerator, it can turn your meal into a breeding ground for bacteria, and leave behind a warning smell that signals something far more dangerous. Keep watching to find out what it is. If you are still here and found this information helpful, leave the number 1 in the comments. Less than break time equals twos. Now we move into the next part, a warning you cannot afford to ignore. Which foods absolutely must be kept cold if you do not want your warm, comforting meal to turn into a nightmare lasting days, or even weeks? Let us start with the first one, dairy products. A familiar friend in the kitchen. Yes, but also one of the most dangerous when left out at room temperature. Dairy products, when a small mistake becomes a nightmare for the aging body. Picture this. Your morning starts with a warm glass of milk. Lunch includes a slice of creamy cheese that melts on your tongue. And dinner ends with a spoonful of yogurt that soothes your stomach. For many older adults, dairy is not just food, it is comfort. A routine, a memory from childhood carried in every sip and every bite. But behind that soothing sensation hides a frightening truth that many people overlook. Just a few hours of carelessness. And these seemingly harmless foods can become a real threat to your life. Milk, cheese, and yogurt are all rich in nutrients, calcium, protein, vitamins B12 and D, all essential for keeping bones strong, muscles firm, and the mind sharp as we age. But it is exactly this richness that turns them into a paradise for dangerous bacteria if not kept cold the right way. What makes it even worse? Your body can no longer fight back the way it used to. As we grow older, the stomach produces less acid, the immune system slows down, and the ability to fend off a bacterial invasion weakens. A younger person might experience nothing more than a mild stomach ache. But for seniors, the same exposure could lead to hospitalization, dehydration, or even death, all from a glass of milk left out for a few hours. Bacteria do not always give off a foul smell or a strange taste to warn you. They multiply silently, working their way into every drop of milk, every bite of cheese, triggering painful cramps, flare-ups of joint inflammation, and days of lingering fatigue. You are not just losing a meal, you are losing energy, peace of mind, and sometimes even your will to enjoy life. All because of one common and preventable mistake. The good news? You can completely avoid this. Just follow the cold rule. Return dairy products to the refrigerator right after using them. Keep the temperature below 39 degrees Fahrenheit, or about 4 degrees Celsius. Store them in airtight containers. And never ignore the expiration date. Do not let a few minutes of forgetfulness turn into days of discomfort, because once the body grows weak, recovery takes longer, and sometimes the damage is permanent. But milk is not the only silent traitor in your fridge. There is another food, one that seems to symbolize health itself, that can lose all its value and turn into an empty, even harmful meal if you forget to keep it cold. And the scary part? Many people are making this mistake every single day without realizing it. That food is leafy greens, the nutritional shield of aging. Less than break time equals twos. Leafy greens, the fragile-looking shield quietly guarding your health in old age. Leafy greens may seem delicate, but they are actually a powerful shield that silently protects your health as you age. A handful of spinach mixed with eggs in the morning, a crisp green salad at lunch, or a few quick sautéed kale leaves for dinner. These might sound like simple dishes. But these greens are packed with nutrients that nourish memory, keep bones strong, support blood circulation, and lift your mood every single day. But here is a surprising truth. If you leave leafy greens out at room temperature for just a few hours, nearly all of those precious benefits can disappear. The leaves begin to wilt, and the nutrients slowly fade away from each fiber. Vitamin K, folate, lutein, those silent protectors of your brain, your eyesight, and your heart, are lost without you even realizing it. Even more concerning, greens do not just die nutritionally. When moisture collects on the leaves, especially in warm air, harmful bacteria like E. coli and listeria can quietly grow, hiding behind the innocent-looking green color. Just one contaminated portion of salad can cause digestive distress, dehydration, or trigger inflammation in the joints, something an aging body may no longer be able to fight off easily. This is not just about spoiled vegetables. It is your health being chipped away, day by day. It is your chance to protect your memory and your bones being quietly stolen away. Store your greens in the refrigerator as soon as you bring them home. Wrap them gently with a dry paper towel to absorb moisture. Place them in a breathable bag or container. And never leave them out in warm air. A few careless hours can sometimes cost you days of discomfort and drained energy. Finally, when you look at your refrigerator and the way you store your food, ask yourself, how many things are you doing just out of habit, and how many are truly helping your body stay strong and healthy? Small changes in the way you store greens, onions, Bananas or dairy might be the line between a peaceful old age and unexpected illnesses you never saw coming. Less than break time equals twos. Cooked meats and leftovers, the hidden time bomb in your kitchen. Cooked meats and leftovers might seem perfectly safe, but for older adults, they can become a ticking time bomb right inside your kitchen if not handled and stored properly. There is a comforting sense of peace in sitting down for a warm, freshly cooked meal, or enjoying leftovers the next day to save time and money. These are familiar, heartwarming routines, but with just a little carelessness, that feeling of safety can quickly turn into a silent threat, one that strikes directly at a body already more vulnerable with age. What many people do not realize is that cooking does not eliminate all danger. If food is left sitting out at room temperature for even a few hours, harmful bacteria like Listeria, Salmonella, or Clostridium perfringens can begin multiplying at an alarming rate. You cannot see them, you cannot smell them, but they are there, creeping into every bite of meat you thought was safe. And when your body is not as strong and your immune system is no longer as quick to respond, these bacteria can cause far more serious problems than just a mild stomach ache. Just 2 hours outside the refrigerator is all it takes for cooked meats and leftovers to reach the danger zone. Once inside the body, these bacteria do not always show themselves through obvious symptoms. Sometimes it is just a slight fever, a little dizziness, or some unusual confusion, but do not let those mild signs fool you. If not treated in time, it can lead to full body infections, flare-ups of arthritis, prolonged weakness, or even heart and kidney failure in older adults. The truth is, just a bit of carelessness in how you store your food can turn a meal from a rich source of nourishment into the reason you end up in the hospital, severely dehydrated, facing dangerous complications. The golden rule is simple: if you are not going to eat it right away, let it cool down and refrigerate it within 2 hours. Store it in an airtight container, clearly label the date, and consume it within 3 to 4 days. After that point, even if the food still looks fine, the risk has grown too high to gamble with your health. Less than break time equals twos. So here is my sincere advice to you, from someone who has lived through many seasons of life and understands better than most the true value of good health. Take some time this week to organize your refrigerator and pantry. You do not need to do it all in one day. Just a little at a time. Label your leftovers, mark the dates, and toss out anything that is no longer safe. This is not just about cleaning your kitchen. It is about bringing peace of mind to yourself, so that every meal you enjoy no longer carries silent risks. Put a short list right on your refrigerator door, a reminder of which foods should never be kept cold. A small note like that can protect your health for many years to come. These simple changes can be a strong barrier between a healthy body and unnecessary days spent in a hospital bed. And most importantly, share what you have learned today with a friend, a neighbor, or even your children or grandchildren. This knowledge is not just for you. It is a gift you can pass on, a small, loving gesture that could help someone avoid illness or pain that should never have happened. The truth is, all of us have made mistakes in the kitchen. I certainly have. But the wonderful thing is that it is never too late to change, to learn something new, and to take better care of the body we live in. You deserve to be protected. You deserve good health, quality time, and peaceful days ahead. Thank you for staying with me all the way to the end of this video. If you found what I shared today helpful, send it to someone you love. Sometimes, the smallest message can be exactly what they need to hear today. Take care of your food, and it will take care of you. Everything I have shared here is meant to inspire you, to help you live a healthier, calmer, and more complete life. Now, I would truly love to hear from you. What is one thing you learned today that you will start applying in your daily life? Leave your answer in the comments so we can walk this journey together, supporting and lifting each other as we care for ourselves the best way we can. If you feel that this video brought value to your day, leave a comment with the number 6 below. If you did not find it all that helpful, type 0 to let us know. Your feedback is what drives us to keep improving and bringing you better content every day. Do not forget to hit the like button, share this video with someone you care about, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on more helpful tips. Thank you for staying with us. We are always working hard to bring you practical, easy to follow information that helps you and your loved ones stay healthy, live longer, and enjoy a happier life. Even the smallest lesson can be the first step toward a positive change in your life. Once again, thank you for spending your time watching this video. I wish you strength, peace, and lasting energy. And always remember, when you take proper care of your food will take care of your health in return. See you in the next video. Less than break time equals twos.